Hello there, boys and girls. This is New Order, and here we are again at the pre-match inducement screen. You can see if you look at the team values here that my opponent has 200,000 gold. That is because he is Goblins, and Goblins are a team who like to play with down a lot of TV, so their team they're not as expensive as our team, but they get a bunch of inducements. And so what they're going to go ahead and do, especially in this match, is buy 3 bribes. Now you can remember bribes from last match. They prevent your players from getting ejected, and Goblins are a team who they love to do things. They love to bend the rules, break the rules, and so having all of those bribes will be very useful to them. They're also taking the Bloodwiser Babes. Bloodwiser Babes, when you make your KO rolls, Bloodwiser Babes will help you recover from KOs better.
Oh, goodness.
Now, the very, very first event, the Goblins are kicking off to me, and they roll a Blitz.
Ew. Why is his loony so far back? That's a real question.
His loony is probably so far back because he wants to prevent him from my 9-movement murder insane crazy wolf.
I'll give you that.
Blitzing him and hurting him.
Okay.
So I'm playing with in this game I'm playing with, because they're kind of hard to see the players apart. I am playing with position names on instead of player names. So for some players, like the zombies, this sort of matters. Oh, here we go. So the one of the secret weapons, the Bombardier, he gets to throw a bomb. Oh my
god, bullshit.
And he... Look, so this is Goblins, folks. This is what Goblins do. The match has not even started. The ball hasn't even hit the ground, and he hurls a bomb, which is clearly against the rules, straight over my line and knocks out 2 zombies. And so it's now 9 players against his 11.
To be fair, his players are mostly shit. So that at least is an advantage that we have.
7 Deadly Sins. Tell me how shit Goblins are.
Okay, so Goblins. Goblins are a team that fundamentally is really bad. So in order to make up for the fact that they're really bad, they have some players that are really good. So good that it's positively illegal. Literally, you put them on the field, and then at the end of the drive, they get kicked off of the field for being so illegal. This is less because they're amazing and more because they bring stuff onto the pitch, like bombs or giant balls and chains or chainsaws.
A fucking chainsaw.
Fucking
exactly.
Chainsaws. Okay, so chainsaws are pretty much the dangerousest thing in the game. So,
oh yeah,
Goblins is a team. Pretty much all of them have 2 strength and 7 armor. That means that they are really easy to punch and really easy to hurt. They do have dodge, so they're a bit hard to knock down, but they are, like, man-to-man, Goblins are awful.
Luckily, from last game to this game, we have 2 more players. Oh, would you reroll this?
Yes.
I'm just curious.
Yeah,
I do too. I remember what happened last time I didn't reroll that deep pickup.
That would have gotten thrown in and then like landed next to a goblin, and that would have been the fun.
Yeah, look at all those sneaky little shitty goblins. So So my giant mega post this week was about all of the secret weapons that the Goblin team gets access to, talking about them like really deep mechanically, and pretty much explaining everything you need to know about them. So if you're curious more about these guys rather than just what we're talking about, you can go ahead and look that post up. But for now, just know that they're a pain in the ass. Goblins themselves are a huge pain in the ass, especially thanks to a skill they have that's called Stunty. Stunty means that when they go through tackle zones, they don't get affected by by tackle zone modifiers. So to them, dodging out of a tackle zone is no harder than dodging straight through a line of people. So sort of the traditional screen where I fill up the area with tackle zones and say, hey, if you want to get past me, you have to go through 2 tackle zones. That doesn't really matter to Goblins because they say, oh, 2 tackle zones, that may as well be 0 tackle zones, and they just make a bunch of 3+ dodges through my entire wall of people
with reroll
and with the dodge reroll, and so that makes it a lot harder. But luckily, we have double the block that we had before, considering we gave 2 players block, and one of them is our ball carrier who has block and dodge, and
that
so I'm very happy. He unfortunately he only has 3. We have 3 levels, 2 players with block and the plus movement, but he also has 3 levels.
Ooh.
He has a troll who got piling on, a skill we will talk about at some point, hopefully. Well, hopefully not for me. His Bombardier has pass, which makes it even easier for the bomber to land his bomb. Oh, look at this fucking hero mode bomber.
Oh,
this might
God.
be one of the best bombers you'll ever see. So when the bomber throws his bomb, basically what happens is he aims for a square, and he might hit that square or it might sort of scatter in a couple directions. But he has a chance of knocking down any players that land in an area around him. Oh, and the chainsaw is, of course, doing work.
Okay, so secret weapons, they're awesome. Chainsaw is like a triple mighty blow. That basically he gets +3 to armor, so he breaks armor.
He doesn't even have to roll blocks, but he's fucking gone.
Yeah, that's the upside. Chainsaws. The problem is that chainsaws are very dangerous. So any armor rolls that he's involved in get a +3 modifier. That includes his own. That means that you only need to roll a 5+ in order to injure him, which is really fucking easy. So our werewolf just goes up and removes him from the game. The bombardier is also a dick, but who cares?
As soon as he moves that chainsaw up to go take on that zombie, I say, you know what? I know I'm gonna get punched in the face by this gigantic stupid troll, but I am totally willing to give that up and try to land a blow on him.
Chainsaws are absolutely the #1 priority. Whenever they are on the pitch, you must eliminate them. You absolutely, like, there's no question. And actually, this is one of the unfortunate things about Cyanide's Blood Bowl, compared to something like, say, Fumble, or actually playing the game. There are a number of star players that you can spend inducements on. They're players that are, like, super awesome and have a bunch of cool skills and one-off stuff. Is that a block troll?
Yeah, that's a block
Fuck
troll.
This guy.
Luckily, though, his very next troll is the piling on troll.
Piling on.
He triggers really stupid, which is the negatrait. This is the first instance of negatraits that we see. In this case, these gigantic trolls, while they are strength 5 and typically pretty good at killing, every time they want to do something, every time they want to make a movement, they have to roll a d6. Yeah. And that d6 gets easier if they have a teammate next to them to sort of guide them. But even still, if they have a teammate next to them, they can still fail, and if that happens, they just get completely stupid.
Jesus fucking Christ, the bombardier is amazing.
That bombardier, normally he would not be target number 2, but in this case he's target number 2. And of course, goblins, being a staple sneaky cheater team, he sneaks over and gets a foul on my werewolf.
This is why he bought 3 bribes. Being as how goblins are totally awful, their only shot is to utilize their secret weapons and their tiny goblin boots to destroy and to demoralize the opposing team. In this case, the fact that he has such a huge man's advantage against us, well, it's less huge now that we got rid of the chainsaw, but the fact that he has a significant man's advantage against us is a problem, because now he's just going to foul our dudes, and that's not great.
Right. So anyway, really stupid, like I was saying. The troll, he goes really dumb. Whatever he was doing, he just doesn't do it. And he just hangs out. Oh, yeah. That was 4 straight dodges in a row that the goblin dodged away from. Here I'm having flashbacks to the high elf or the pro elf match yet again, because here's another case where I need to make actually 2 dodges, and if I can do this, I'm pretty much home free. But if I don't, I will fall over and the ball will probably be not mine
dodge.
anymore.
It's all good. Like 3+ with dodge never fails. Literally.
Santos Van Hammerstein, he puts on his hero pants and we get a nice KO to go along with it.
Yep. I can't tell which flesh golem is my boy and which one is the useless failure. This is a problem.
Oh, yeah. You'll,
Oh my god. Oh. We didn't regenerate.
That is... No, we did not.
Fucker.
That is Frankencastle, the guy who he cannot complete a match.
Well, to be fair, I mean, this is a real turning point for Frankencastle, because this is the first match in which he will not be KO'd.
That's okay. It's a step in the wrong direction.
He's stepping up his getting fucked game from
he's
KOs
getting better and better
hurts.
at getting destroyed.
The upside is that it's badly hurt, so at the very least he will live to play another day. Then again, I really wish that he had died so that we would have had an excuse to
you and me both
to fire him and replace him with someone better.
So here we're going to see some goblin shenanigans.
Oh God,
he is going to try to surf the wolf.
Werewolf?
He's going to try.
Oh.
And like I said, he doesn't have to worry about those tackle zones, but he fails and he falls over.
He does have to worry about the fact that it's a 3+ with dodge, which always fails, by the way.
One thing that you'll note that he chose not to do, so I'm just going to make a break for the end zone, of course.
Good decision making. Now he has to nail you with the bomb, which, I mean, granted, given how this match is turning out, I wouldn't gamble on that, but still.
So that move right there, you can see I ran right away from that really stupid troll. That troll, he doesn't have to do anything. He just has to make another really stupid roll again to try to recover and just stand where he is. But Agent, in his hurry to try to surf the wolf, he tasted the blood, and he forgot to really stupid that troll, which meant that he doesn't have tackle zones when he's really stupid, because he's not even concerned about people running past him. So I'm able to run my goblin or run my zombie just right away from him.
Beef Slab making the punches.
Beef Slab making the punches. We're gonna play pretty conservatively here. Just sort of sort the board out a little better. Use a reroll.
Okay.
Maybe didn't have to, but again, remember this is goblins.
Oh, punch
and
the
I don't.
Bombardier.
Here we go. Oh, that's okay. But frankly, I didn't want to take a werewolf foul. Like if I let that wolf hit the ground, he's getting the goblin boot.
Maybe. There's a couple dudes around there, and the goblins can't really get away to foul him. I'd be more scared about your other werewolf, because he's getting punched. He's getting the troll fist instead of the goblin boot. And the troll fist is actually pretty fucking scary. At least one of our men has fallen to the noble troll fist.
And there will be many more to come.
Oh my god. Clyde is the shittiest troll I've ever seen.
You have no idea.
Oh my god. So, this is why big guys... Here's the thing. Big guys have 5 strength. That's awesome. They have 9 armor. That's awesome. They have negatraits, and negatraits fucking suck. They suck. They're not great, and you never ever want to deal with them.
On a team that already leaves a lot of chaos and leaves a lot of chance, they are just another example of something like that happening.
They're also just not consistent on any of the teams. Like, of course, this is the first team that we've seen big guys on, but this isn't the first time that this isn't the only team that has big guys. Of course, most of them do, but a lot of teams that have access to big guys just won't even bother to use them because they're just not worth it. Chaos usually won't buy them. Chaos Dwarfs never buy them. I think the only teams that really like live or die on their big guys are Goblins, Lizard Men, and Skaven. That's only because Rat Ogres are so good. Oh my god!
So here we're gonna play
victory dancing.
Yeah, we're gonna dance.
You bastard!
I think that was pretty well deserved victory dance.
I'll give you that.
But so here we're going to see immediately after I score. There's sort of this pause moment right here, which we don't normally see in normal matches, and this is where Agent355 is choosing to make his bribe rolls. So normally, if one of the secret weapons is on the pitch for a drive, as soon as that drive is over, the referee throws him out, and he has to go sit in the penalty box. In this case, Agent chose to, because he has those Bloodweiser babes, and because his chainsaw was only knocked out, he assumed that he was going to have a pretty good chance of being able to get that guy back. So he used his bribe on that player, let his bomber get ejected, but luckily for me, he rolled a 1 on his KO recovery, so his chainsaw is still sitting in the penalty box, and his bomber is now gone.
That said, he'll probably have it back for the half, and that's when he's going to have the ball and stuff like that, so... I mean, it's not out for good, but it is definitely a good thing for us that the chainsaw isn't back.
That's not a good thing for us.
Wow.
That is
a
Tweedledee. That is
lethal troll.
That is the block troll, and that is his second casualty. Luckily, this one, a minus movement. We recover from it, so he's just going to have to go sit on the sideline.
Yeah, Johnny Rotten's just going to chill until the end of the drive instead of...
You thought that was bad, though? Look at this shit.
Oh, my God.
Oh, goblins. Luckily,
we regenerate because regeneration is cool. But
regenerate is pretty cool. That was a miss next game.
No,
wouldn't have been the end of the world. I mean, obviously, a badly hurt is better. Oh, that was a badly hurt.
Yeah, it was a smashed ankle for Johnny Rotten. That would have been the miss next game, and minus movement.
Right.
Wouldn't have been great.
And that he probably would have been fired. And here we get to see the Fanatic in action.
Oh,
the Fanatic is a weird.
The Fanatic. If on a team that's like already pretty inconsistent, the Fanatic is the king of inconsistency. He has the oddly strange 3-7-3-7 stat spread. He has 7 strength, which means that he can 3 dice block any 3 strength player just at base without any assists. The problem
he can run through pretty much any unit.
Yeah, he can 2DB anything alone. The only problem is that because it turns out that when you're a maybe like 20-pound goblin or 30-pound goblin hurling around a 50-pound ball and chain
that is as big as your body,
that is as big as you, it's kind of hard to steer. So whenever you want to move, you actually pick a direction to move in, and you have a chance to move into like one of 3 squares, and just automatic. You choose the direction, and then you roll scatter dice to decide the direction you move in. And any player you come in contact with, friendly or enemy, yes, you can block your own players with your fanatic, and you can block downed players. You will block them. And if you block a downed player, you will just roll armor on them as if you like fouled them or something. Or as if you knocked them down. It doesn't count as a foul. But so they're inconsistent, and at worst, that you can end up taking out your own players with the fanatic. Like, you'll see that he's going after the zombie and instead uselessly spinning in place between those 2 squares.
So each of those times he was moving, because the fanatic doesn't get to choose where he moved necessarily, so he gets to pick one of the 4 cardinal directions. And so in this case, he was standing above the zombie. He picks down because he wants to go down at the zombie, and he goes down and left instead of normally straight down, which is what he probably would have wanted. And so occasionally you'll get the times where the fanatic sort of cooperates and runs straight where you want him to, and other times you'll get times where the fanatic just sort of does the back and forth shuffle that you saw.
Yeah, fanatics are wildly inconsistent, and additionally, another stipend of ball and chain is that when a fanatic hits the ground for any reason, they are badly hurt. That's it. That's the end of the fanatic. Like, no matter what happens, I mean, they can be killed, but if any injury they take, any armor break, not even armor break, anytime they hit the ground, if they get knocked down for any reason, if it doesn't injure them, they are considered badly hurt and out for the rest of the game. So, your fanatics are very hard to knock down, but if somehow they fall down, which is rare, but it can happen if you like dub skull or trip skull on a block, then it's all over. That said, fanatics are really, really good for breaking cages, because you just kind of point them at the cage and go, I'm gonna fuck that.
They also don't have to make any dodge rolls, so they can go straight through tackle zones. Because really, who's gonna try to stop a goblin with a ball and chain as big as his own body?
I think trying to trip that would be a little difficult for anything. So, they're really good at breaking cages. Like, if you can just have one of those moments where you either waltz in and shatter all the corners of the cage. And additionally, because even though they block while moving, they do not trigger. They don't trigger a blitz, so you can like knock a cage corner out of the way and then blitz, and it's really, really good for just knocking people over.
So to talk about the match for a moment, we're now at turn 7. The pogoer, who is slightly faster than the average goblin, has the ball. Santos Van Hammerstein...
Stand firm.
Stand firm is great. Santos Van Hammerstein made a nice little blitz. I've really been liking his... now that he got blocked, I feel like he's been contributing a lot more to the team.
Santos is the man until he dies and can't regenerate, but that's the fate of all ghouls.
Yep. There's another really stupid triggering, lucky for me. You might notice, he has block, so that's not a big deal.
But you have block. And
he's going to go...
He rerolls it, and he fails the reroll because he has Loner. Loner, you have a 50% chance to just lose your reroll. And so he fails the reroll and can't knock the guy over. That makes his play much, 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 much harder.
Loner is a skill that pretty much only is given to big guys.
Star players also have it.
Yes, yeah, for sure. So unfortunately, Santos Van Hammerstein finally gets knocked down, and the goblins, being turn 7, they have one turn after this to try to score, so they're going to spread out a little bit in the end zone.
We might have panic mode here. From him.
This might not be.
Yeah.
Great.
This play is becoming more difficult.
And unfortunately Santos goes down. Now there there are going to be, don't adjust your television monitors, because we had some connection problems between Agent and I. This is something that I've played like 100 matches of Blood Bowl. SDS, I'm sure you've played just as many. I've never seen this happen. Like, I was just having terrible FPS problems. There was a lot of stuttering here. I've
seen this happen. It's not great.
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen it. I try to edit around it as best as I could.
It's just when your connection blows.
Okay, there we go. So, yeah, like I said, don't adjust your televisions. That's just an unfortunate side effect of some bad internet between him and I.
Yeah, it happens. Cyanide, is, you may know, anyone who's played this game knows that Cyanide isn't exactly the, like, paragons of good netcode, exactly. So, you've been here if you've played Cyanide Blood Bowl. I'm interested he didn't move the Pogoer.
Yep. Well, he made a block on Santos to try to get him away.
Oh, that's true.
Yep.
He had to punch it with the Pogoer.
So it's now his turn 8, and he has exactly 2 players who can make a difference here and try to score. And that is 1 werewolf start. Oh, when did the names change? I didn't even notice that.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, that.
The FP, the Fresh Prince.
Does
Look at him.
Thing.
You've been talking Beef Slab up for so long. And he comes in, takes it,
and then the fanatic. The bed.
Fails the
3DB,
and he's badly hurt.
And you'll note that because he was knocked down, he took a badly hurt, which means that Pelvis Costello gets 2 SPP.
And that's the first half. So see you guys next time.